Hi everyone, I'm Carrie Starr and I am here with Josh. I invited him over because he has a fantastic testimony about what the miracle embrace has done with him and his wife. So he's not going to be on the screen because he doesn't want to be out there in the public like that. But hopefully you can hear him clearly, and I'll just ask him some questions and you can listen for the answers. So Josh, thanks so much for being
You're
here.
welcome.
And he's right beside me to my left here. So, what was the, let's see, what was the most important thing you noticed with your wife when doing the miracle embrace with her?
I didn't have to plea and beg anymore for intimacy. I think that a lot of married couples, we draw a line between sex and intimacy, and I think the intimacy is a lot more important than the sex. I mean, both are pretty important, but just having those moments of intimacy when it's just you and your wife and just sharing that bond. And with the technique, it's every night is before bed, a nice 15-20 minute cuddle session that just has changed our marriage so much. I mean, even if we're arguing, by just we know that once it's time to go to bed, we're gonna embrace, and a lot of the day is gonna just melt away.
So the day is more beautiful when you start it that way, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what's funny? One of the things that you don't realize how much you miss until they're not there anymore. The good morning kiss when they leave for work. My wife leaves for work about half an hour before I do. So, we'd both be getting ready, and usually it was just a wave and a bye from across the room. But just something as simple as coming over and, hey, give me a kiss before I go. It just makes the day so much nicer.
And it wasn't like that before.
No, it wasn't.
What was it like before? Tell us.
It was like I said, it was just we'd both be getting ready, and as soon as she was done, she would say just like, "Hey, I'll see you this afternoon. Bye, bye," and that was it. That was the end of it. And it's just like, it. I hate to say it, it's the routine of becoming two people that live with each other, but that's really what it was turning into.
And how many of your friends do you think that are married live that way?
I'd say the vast majority of them. I mean, I know that when guys go out there and talk, you have a couple of beers, you share a couple of stories about, your married life. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of them are like, I love my wife. I just don't, it's not like it used to be.
We're not in love.
Yeah, yeah.
The honeymoon has taken off. And do you feel like you're on a honeymoon now?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, the intimacy is important, but I mean, sex is important also. And I think that was one of the other things that a lot that I hear a lot from my friends is, I'm constantly having to beg for sex, and scheduled sex is probably the worst thing for a marriage, because if you do it, it feels like a chore. If you don't do it, then you feel like, oh, I got gypped because it was Tuesday and, it didn't happen on Tuesday. But just having that spark that can initiate, that can turn a cuddle into something more, having that again is just everything.
And then did you mention getting up in the morning? How nice that is. Is that what you said?
Yeah, absolutely, and just like being happy that person is laying there next to you, and like, going out of your way to wake up, kind of the same time they do, to share a couple of moments in the morning. It's little things that like I said, you don't notice until they're not there.
And then you want it.
Yep.
Do you have kids?
We do. I have two young adults at this point, and for the past 18 years, we've been mom and dad, and not so much husband and wife, and it takes its toll.
Mm-hmm. Did the kids notice a change in you guys? Or haven't they been around? Have they moved out?
They have. My daughter, she gets all grossed out because you're like, oh my God, you guys are being gross again. And I'm like, I love your mom. And, just because I want to give her a kiss in the kitchen doesn't mean, that we're gross or anything. It's just like those displays of affection are happening way more and more. And of course, in my daughter's eyes, it's the grossest thing ever because, oh my God, I don't want to hear about my parents.
Yeah, but then she knows that you guys are in love. Then she knows that you have a solid thing, and you're demonstrating, right?
Absolutely. It's important for them to realize, that the person that you're married to or your partner is just, they're an extension of you, and you guys have to work as a unit to be successful. And it's not just, one person trying, and it's not as easy as a lot of people think. It takes a little bit of effort.
Did you feel your partnership improved? Like you worked together better? Did you communicate better?
I would say that communication has improved drastically because we both know that it's okay to disagree with each other. It's okay to have these minor discussions because we know that at the end of the day, we'll be able to work through it. This one's funny for my friends. I can tell my wife now, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends for 5 or 6 hours, and she'll be like, just let me know when you're on your way home, and that communication has improved so much that I don't get the constant like, or where are you text, or what time are you coming home, or like, and it's the same when she goes out. When she goes out, I'm just like, you know what, enjoy your moment. I know that you'll let me know where you're at. You'll let me know what's going on if you need anything. It's just it's all those little things that a marriage is supposed to do are happening again.
Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that? With one embrace. And how long did it take her to respond when you tried the embrace on her?
It was almost immediate because it was I could feel her just kind of snuggling into, and like it's different from like a hug because like people that have been married for a long time know the habit of a hug versus an actual hug. Like when you embrace someone and they just kind of melt into you, that's where it started. And just applying that embrace, and then positioning the hands and doing all the things that you taught me, it has made a world of a difference.
The guys probably want to know, and are you getting more?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. He says.
It went from a couple of times a month to a couple of times a week. So that's
not bad.
That's a huge improvement. And as all guys, I'm like, man, I wish we could have more. But even on the nights where we're not having sex, we still have that intimacy. Just the cuddle sessions that make you feel really good after.
And how do you feel about your future?
Confident. I feel confident in the future that as our kids get closer to leaving the nest and us becoming empty nesters, I feel like we still will have that back in our 20s feel to each other because we still have that connection.
And are you looking forward to little adventures? Like when you think of doing things alone together, do you get like super excited?
Oh, absolutely. The thought of, just having this whole new future that's just us, with us being closer. I have a couple of dreams that she's on board for, so I'm looking forward to the next 20, 30 years.
It's giving me goosebumps up my back. Can you think of that for all the married folks that don't know what to do with each other because they don't have that honeymoon feeling? And it comes instantly, doesn't it?
It does.
It just all comes pouring out in the first experience, right?
Absolutely.
What did she have to say the first time? Did she notice anything?
We talked about it a little bit later, and she was joking, and she's like, did you sneak me something? Did you give me a little extra in the drink? And I was like, no, I'm just like I'm just I'm wanting to connect with you, and just ever since then it's a nightly. It's just part of our nightly routine. We lay down, we embrace, and If something happens, great. If nothing happens, then we both go to bed knowing that we are